Welcome back, everyone, to a special edition of Sportsfellas.
Yeah, let's get it.
I'm repping for the DMV, for the Burgundy and Gold, and the Tar Heel Tough, Mr. Brett.
Back in black, representing the Raider Nation, your boy Big Don.
All right, this is your Rocky Mountain High Hook 'em Horns. And the rest, I don't know yet because, like I said, right now my teams are up and down. But it's okay. We are here. We have a special edition. Everybody be safe. Everyone traveling, going out, doing what they need to do for their holidays. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a quick recap. And also we're going to just talk a little bit about the games coming forward here. So before we dive in, let's go ahead and take a quick pause and thank our following sponsors.
With spring here and all the storms on their way, you need to make sure you have the proper home, auto, and all your properties insured. We here at Razor Cut Information just can't get enough of our favorite insurance man, Ernie Ruelas. Please visit Ernie and his State Farm agency at 11330 East Central Avenue, Suite 400, Wichita, Kansas, 316-682-2300. Thank you so much, Ernie.
Let's kick off with the Thanksgiving games starting at 11:30 on Thursday on CBS. We have the Bears, the Chicago Bears, going against Detroit's finest, the Detroit Lions. Brett, who you got?
I'll take the 3-1-3 by a long shot.
Hey, right now, even though it's a divisional game, hey, Detroit's still rolling high, so I'm going to go with them roaring Lions.
I'm going to go for the Lions as well. Everything's going that way, and this is the potential Super Bowl team. And there is rumors out there that Vegas is nervous about Detroit because they just see them as a better team than Kansas City. No offense, Driz and all the Chiefs Kingdom Nation out there, but they're saying Detroit is the legit team. Moving on over to Brett's couple of his favorite teams here. We have the G-Men, New York Giants, going to the Big D in Dallas. I don't know if they're the Big D right now, but they're going to Dallas. The roof is still intact. All right.
Nice.
Who you got, Brett?
Whew. This is going to be tough, but I know that we got to keep this short and sweet. Actually, as bad as Dallas has been doing, No, I'm taking Dallas. I think it's going to be the Giants. Yeah, that's a very bold prediction. I know Dallas is at home, but I don't care. That team is so messed up right now. I think New York looks better than they do right now.
Hey, I'm also going to go with New York right now. They're coming off fresh off the bye week. Hey, the Vito man is just, had his whole bye week to get ready to be prepared. He's a decent quarterback. He can make moves. And right now with the run game and the receivers, in Dallas right now, they're just such a disarray right now. Even though they got the Thanksgiving game they're supposed to win, hey, I'm going with the Giants.
I want to go opposite. I'll take Dallas. Cooper Rush has this effect on them. And the thing is that right now on the wide receiving corps, they're weak. They got nothing really going on. And so they're just going to have to hold on for dear life. But I'll take Dallas. Next up, we have Flipper and the gang. The Miami Dolphins going to Green Bay in the cold against the Green Bay Packers. Don, who you taking?
Hey, if that weather is cold like it normally is for Thanksgiving, I'm going to get the Green Bay because Miami has proved they cannot play in cold weather because look what happened last year.
Yeah, I'll say the same. Something about that frozen tundra out there, it hurts you. And it was the same thing what happened to the Steelers when they played the Browns, when they played in that snow. Mm-hmm. So when you ain't used to it, that's when it really comes into a factor. So Green Bay.
Yes, Miami's going to have to be very cautious and careful because we don't need Tua to get hurt. Tua has been bringing that spark back to Miami. This is going to be a tough game, but I just feel Green Bay with the crowd and how Jordan Love and everybody's playing. This is getting ready. They're just getting ready for another day in the day at work. So I'll take Green Bay. We have the Black Friday game. We have the commitment to excellence. The Raiders of Las Vegas going against Chiefs Kingdom. Kansas City Chiefs. Don, who you got?
Knowing that y'all going for Kansas City, I'm going for the upset. Because we always seem to play better in Arrowhead. And we've proven that the last couple seasons. And right now, I feel it being a trap game for Kansas City. And they think they got it in the bag. We're going to take it for Black Friday for the Raider Nation, the Black Hole.
I'm going to have to agree with you, Don. It seems that Raiders always can get that win in Arrowhead, but I know the Chiefs, they're undefeated out there at Allegiant Stadium, but I think they're gonna catch. I think they can catch KC by surprise.
This is going to be a tough one. I have to go Kansas City just to keep it safe, just for the simple fact that right now the Raiders are right now trying to put their pieces together. But, I mean, if they can find momentum, I mean, because at Arrowhead, they do well. For some reason, they have the Chiefs' number at Arrowhead.
Yeah, they turn up when they at Arrowhead, it seems like.
We need to do that in the Legion Stadium.
I know.
All right, next up we have the True Bolt, the Danger Zone, the Los Angeles Chargers going against the Atlanta Falcons. Brett, who you got?
I'm gonna take the Bolts on this one because after seeing that game that the Falcons played and just got embarrassed by Denver. It's kind of rough being a Falcons fan right now. So
I'm out the road with the Falcons on this one. After this having been on a bye week to get themselves composed and back together, I can't see them losing two AFC West teams in a row. So they're going to get it together, get that offensive moving. So it's going to be a shootout. So the Falcons pull out the win.
I agree. It's going to be a shootout, but I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to take the Bolts. I just feel the Bolts' momentum is a little bit better. And I saw something sparked in them, especially at that game that they had against the Bengals. But at the same time, they were letting them off the hook. So they're going to have to be very cautious about that. Next up, we have an AFC North showdown. We have the Steel Curtain. The Pittsburgh Steelers going against the Welcome to the Jungle, the Cincinnati Bengals. Who you got, Don?
I think I'm going to have to go with Pittsburgh on this one. After that loss they took to Cleveland, they got some days to get it together, and that defense is going to get after Burrow. Pittsburgh takes it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to roll with Steelers on this one, too. I mean, even though Burrow, he's having a terrific year, so is Jamar Chase. It's just their defense, man. I cannot trust their defense and that O-line of theirs because I'm tired of seeing Burrow getting sacked all over the place. So TJ Watt going to turn up. It's going to be Steelers.
It feels like a Menards rebate. That's just how it feels. People are like, what's Menards? For our audience that don't know Menards. Menards is like a local lumber store, kind of like your Lowe's, kind of like your Home Depot. So back to the game at hand. The Bengals need this game. This is a staple game for them. They need this game. And I feel they're going to go out there in the trenches, and I'm going to take the Bengals. Next up, we have an AFC South showdown. We have the Houston Texans going against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Brett, who you got?
I'm taking Texans. They look strong here. And Jaguars still can't figure it out. So I'm taking the Texans on this one.
I'm also rolling with the Texans. Just Jacksonville just looks like they've already thrown in the flag, and Joe Mixon's going to run all over it.
I'm going to take Houston as well. They're a better prime team. They're going to represent the AFC South. Next up, we have the Arizona Cardinals going against the Minnesota Vikings. What do you got, Don?
It's going to be a good game, actually, with this one. But that Minnesota defense, I feel is better than Arizona, even though Kyler Murray has that escapability, but they'll contain, and Minnesota's going to be back when they win away.
Yeah, I agree. Minnesota looks like the stronger team. Defensive wise, Darnold has really haven't had a bad game so far this year. So I'm taking Minnesota.
It's Minnesota's for it. Sam Darnold is just, like I said, he's just going to have to find ways to stay creative on utilizing his other weapons, because right now, as I said before, Minnesota is kind of that dark horse team. You know, they need to be where they're at, because right now all the praises is going to Detroit, and then you got the emergence of Green Bay. So Minnesota has to stay right where they need to be so they can squeak in the playoffs. But right now they're playoff bound. They're a wild card team. But hey, anything's possible. If Detroit starts sliding, they can go up for the division. Which we agree that's not going to happen. Hopefully not, because we just want Detroit to win. But I'd like to see Minnesota do something. Next up, we have an old rivalry here. I mean, I miss these good old days. The Indianapolis Colts going against the New England Patriots. Who you got, Don?
I'm going to have to go with Indianapolis with the emergence of Anthony Richardson. I think they're working with him better and designing more plays for him to run, just quarterback runs when necessary. I'm going to give Indianapolis the victory on this one.
Yeah, I'm taking the Colts as well. It just seems like AR is finally finding his rhythm. Patriots, they're still trying to figure it out. It looks like, but it just can't. It just does. There's nothing's mixing since Belichick and them up and left.
Yeah, the thing is, they got to move past that. And the thing is that the quarterback that they have right now, I like him. And I feel that just need to add some more pieces. And now it's just kind of like, New England. I remember there's a team that used to drive me nuts every year doing something. Now it's the Chiefs. But New England will find its ways. They're just going to have to restructure and rebuild. Next up, we have the Seattle Seahawks going against the Jets.
Jets.
All right, who you got, Don?
I'm rolling with Seattle on this one because Jets is another one of them teams had all this promise and now they're just falling apart. And Aaron Rodgers, this is gonna be it for him after this season.
Yeah, I'm taking Seattle too. We thought that the Giants were a train wreck. They ain't the only team in New York that's a train wreck. I think, in fact, the Jets are a bigger train wreck than they are. So.
Well, it's real simple. Seattle's just got more weapons, and I just feel their drive is going because right now they're trying to put themselves in the right position to get into the playoffs. And right now the ball is in their court, and so I'm gonna take Seattle on this one. Next up, we have the Tennessee Titans going against the Burgundy and Gold, Brett's number one team, the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
What you got, Brett?
Oh, I'm gonna have to take my Commanders. Like I said, we lost back-to-back games. After we get done smacking up them boys, we gotta have somebody else to smack up too. So yep, we definitely gonna take it to them Titans.
Hey, I'm going for the upset.
You lying.
Just kidding.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
I gotta go roll with the Commanders on this one. Tennessee is done. They've done all they can this season. They're out of here.
They're out of here. All right, next up we have an NFC South showdown. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going against the Carolina Panthers. Who you got, Don?
Gotta roll with Tampa because right now Carolina is not there yet.
Yeah, Carolina. I mean, they had aspirations and it was looking good at first. And then the rest of the season start going down. So that's why I gotta take the Bucs on this one.
The way I'm looking at this game, Carolina, they're just gonna have to go in. Either they're gonna tank or they're just gonna have to find a way to make minimal, progress to go. But we know they're not gonna be playoff bound. After this game, I'm pretty sure they are going to be eliminated from playoff contention. So I'm gonna take the Buccaneers because this is another team that. They're right there in the hunt for the division. It's just that they need to start capitalizing on wins and not let Atlanta creep up and get to them. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Rams, the Ram Jams, going against the New Orleans Saints. Who you got, Brett?
I'm gonna have to give the edge. I'm giving the edge to the Rams on this one. I know both the Saints and the Rams are kind of getting that groove back a little, since guys are returning from injury. But I give the edge to the Rams.
I must also go with the Rams because they just got Puka and Cooper Kupp on each side of the ball, and with Kyron Williams and Stafford, he knows how to pick defense apart, and he's got his momentum going right now. So I'm gonna have to give the Rams.
I'm going to give it to the Rams as well. Just high-octane offense. So it's just going to be a shootout. I think Alvin Kamara's, they're going to put the ball in his hands, and they're just going to have to keep doing what they can because right now, the Rams defense, they're getting there. They're going to be a team that's going to be a force to be reckoned with, but right now, the Rams should have no problem with this game. We have the Gold Rush of the San Francisco 49ers going against Bills Mafia, the Buffalo Bills, Sunday night at Buffalo. Who you got, Brett?
Oh, Bills by a mile. I don't think the 49ers don't have enough to go up against the Bills. They got too many weapons that they're rolling hot right now.
Yeah, with all the injuries that San Francisco is sustaining right now, I don't think they just keep up with the pace of Buffalo and Josh Allen. If you shut down his receivers, he's just going to take off on you, and their defense gets after you. So I'm not able to do it.
Buffalo's a fun team to watch, and they are a dark horse team. I'm telling people right now, the Chiefs don't want to play. I know we're going to hear from Tristan and the gang like, oh, well, we can beat them in the playoffs. Here's the thing. They know how to play against Kansas City. So it's one of those things. It's a chess match. And, you know, I'm not going to deny it. I mean, if it was really – because, I mean, they've failed me so many times. The Buffalo, how many times I've said on the show, they got it, and they don't. It's hard. But Buffalo is going to need to start beating up on these teams that are marquee. Especially this is a team that's the NFC conference champions of last year. They need to start capitalizing on these wins. So I will take Buffalo. Next up, we have the Monday night game. We have the Dog Pound, Cleveland Browns, traveling to the Mile High city of Denver. My team against the Denver Broncos, the Orange Crush. What you got, Don?
Man, this is going to be a defensive battle. And right now, Browns, you know, they're just playing with house money right now, and they just playing with reckless abandon. So, if I have to take a pick, I'm gonna have to roll with the Browns because right now they're getting hot. And they're nothing to play for, and they're just gonna come in Denver and take care of business. They know how to play in the inclement weather.
Yeah, I might have to go with Browns also. After listening to that speech from Jameis Winston on that with that when they was playing Pittsburgh, I feel inspired. I was like, man, sign me up. I'm buying into this. I mean, Lord willing, but yeah, I have to give it to the Browns on this one.
Check your stock profile. It just dropped. Oh. I will tell you why. Because Denver is going to bring them down to earth. Let them know they're going to come Monday night, 5,000 feet approximately up in the air. I think it's 5,280. I think. Maybe
a few feet.
Yeah. So have your oxygen ready. Have everything ready because when they're going to come to the Mile High, we're going to let them know. Dog Pound. It's a wrap. You're in Broncos country. Denver's got to win this game. I just feel that Bo Nix mania going on right now. They have it going. Now, don't get me wrong. Cleveland is scary offensively right now, especially Njoku, and now with a little bit here and there Elijah Moore. But you got Jared Jeudy right now. He's coming back home. Yeah, that's where he started. Yeah. So he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder. Yep. But he's gonna know. Oh, that's why. I miss Denver. He's gonna say that. I'm gonna miss Denver. Mm-hmm. All right. The game of the week is brought to you by State Farm. Visit our friend or call our friend Ernie Rellis for your home, auto, and life insurance needs. We have the Fly Eagles Fly. I think this is Brett's fourth favorite team. The Philadelphia Eagles going against the Dirty Birds, the Baltimore Ravens. Don, who do you got?
Man, both teams have dynamic running backs and quarterbacks. Both teams also have great offensive lines and defensive lines, but both have questionable secondaries. So I'm gonna have to give the slight edge to Philly because their secondary is just slightly better than Baltimore's. But it's gonna come down who has the better rushing and who has the better push on the offensive line. So I'm gonna give the slight edge to Philly.
Disclaimer: Brett is not a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles. I just wanted to put that out there.
Those are lies.
Yeah, you wish. Okay. But as much as I don't want to say it, I say Philly taking this game, and here's why. Ravens, yes, they have, they got, Lamar, they got Derrick Henry. Sorry, I'm zoning now. But their wide receivers, I call them the occasional hands all-star sometimes. It's just some days, hands be working. They can catch anything. Then there's just games where just hands turn into stone. They couldn't catch a cold out there. So if the occasional hands all-stars show up, it's definitely going to be Eagles. So I'm gonna bet on the Eagles on this one.
I'm gonna have to take Baltimore, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I feel that the Eagles' defense, they're just gonna have to come up with a different personnel. Offensively, Jalen Hurts, and then Devontae Smith. He's just not staying consistent. And the thing is that A.J. Brown's getting all the loving. He's getting all the catches. And then Dallas Goedert, if he decides to pop off as well, that hurts Devontae Smith. Now, Baltimore knows they got to keep that team boxed in so Jalen Hurts doesn't get happy feet and go. And then on the flip side with Baltimore, I don't know why Lamar's not trusting his tight ends. I mean, Mark Andrews has one good game. Likely hasn't been doing much. What happened from week 1 going forward? Bring those guys back. The dual tight end system. If, Derrick Henry's getting hurt or getting a little tired and Lamar's getting tired of running the ball around, get the other wide receivers to step up. You still got Aguilar, which he's okay. I mean, he's not a top 10 wide receiver. Right. I mean, you also, who else is Bateman?
Johnson.
You got Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
So you've got people. You've got personnel that can do it. Maybe it's just something that the offensive coordinator needs to have a little bit of trust on and going forward. Well, you guys, this was just a recap and overall touching up on this game week because, we're getting ready into the holidays. So we will be back the next week when we talk about our other friendly shows. But until then, like I said, everyone be safe. Any shout outs before we go?
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody listening to the show. Shout out to all friends and family. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hi, Mom and Dad, and have a safe and wonderful holiday.
Hey, just give a shout out to all the listeners out there and all the Rock Chalk Nation and Raider Nation. Hey, be safe, enjoy time with your families, and happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, overall, again, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate that. It's not just one day that's a Thanksgiving. It's every day. Every day I'm thankful that I have my friends, my family. So that's something that I extend that to you guys as well. Mm-hmm. And for our friends out there, Eric and the gang, thank you every day, Eric, for being there for us, keeping the lights on. Making sure our shows are recorded. Right. Also to Dalby Designs for making nice, and also Pow as well for making the creative art. You guys, thank you so much to our friends and family that listened into the show. If it weren't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. I'm telling you, it's not about, selling out or trying to do this and that. We do it because we love the sport. We love to get away from the everyday things that we do, and we can sit down and talk sports. Until then, be safe, you guys, and we look forward to seeing you guys to the next show. We're out.